look back at it, it blew up. In Florida, at least. Other places too.
Oh, it definitely
radio,
did. These Rangers in California, they had million views off the song. They was dancing to it on YouTube, and I was like, "What the heck?"
Now
in
let's
Cali?
talk about that business.
They
now.
made it a jerk song though.
Did you get your royalties from it?
No. Now that's when I can really be upset. Then
That's what we talking, right?
Yeah.
But look back at it before we get into the financials. Look back at it. To this day, I would say 80% of the people I talk to, oh, that ain't Khia?
Yep.
They think it's Khia's song. At least 80% of them will think that that's Khia's song. And why do you feel like that?
Oh, why do I know it's
Yeah,
like
why do you
that?
know it's
It's
like
because I found out. Well, first off, before I get into that, I'm gonna put it like this. I don't see how y'all get it confused. I say Taz, make sure you step it. That's me. They gonna always think because we got that same sound, Tampa sound, that is Khia. Tata, where it's at, and they still didn't catch it. I'm like, Lord. But of course, they didn't know Tata from DSD. I said, Taz, that's where you messed up. You should have put featuring Tata.
Yeah, you're
Don't
right.
put DSD. They don't know who DSD really is. So it took my name off of it with that. So I did the look back at it, and then he did a smart move, but then at the same time, it was bad for me. He was like, business wise, it was smart for him. He like, well, I'm gonna feature Khia on it because she got a name now. So anything y'all do, it's my label. This us, we as a camp.
So they had her made up already at this point.
No,
Okay,
never did.
So how did he feature? Did she not on the song?
He
though?
run everything. He do what he want. That's how them labels go.
But was she on the song though?
Hold on.
Okay.
Khia never even been on the song. Period.
That's what I
thought. No, nothing on the song.
Okay.
So he put in writing nothing, just on the album when he was giving it to the DJs in writing in black print featuring Khia. Once he did that, that's where it all got messed up. I never knew that until years go by, and just recently when I had seen her like maybe a year ago at the studio, Lewis Studio, where we recorded her album at. She went back there and we bumped into each other, and she was like, we finally had our first talk together after all them years of what happened with what happened. Gotcha. And she said, yeah, I heard that Taz he was putting featuring Khia on there. I said, oh, that's where the shit come from then. He put the thing. He put you on there. I'm thinking the whole time that people just mistakenly thinking Khia is on it because of our sign.
And
the
DJs was putting Khia name on it
because they had to do what Taz was putting out there.
I got you.
So it was really him. The fault was him. He put that on there when it shouldn't have been on there. But I ain't gonna say that because it was business mind. How he think. That's why he did it because he feel like this is my label.
He also felt like he felt like putting Khia name on it. The DJs are play
it. That's why I say it was a business move.
It was a marketing move.
That's what it was.
But at the same time, it hurt you because.
But it hurt me
because she's not really on your song, and
now everybody think it's just her.
When people was uploading it, and when we got to the time
they
when
like
we started
forget
uploading,
whoever that is, it's
Khia.
And her name on it.
And everybody, when I say that song, everybody like, oh, that ain't Khia, and I'm like, nah, that's Southside. And I know you was getting shows in a lot of places.
I had to make people know who I was.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
They didn't really know sometimes until you started doing the song.
And
then that's when I think a lot of time they knew who they was dealing with. But when they put you on that flyer, they probably ain't know.
Man, when I tell you, the shows, when I used to first start my shows, get ready to perform, you should see the reaction. If I could you could look at the reaction again back then. They would be like, who is this girl?
Yeah. Like
and I'm loud and everything and that's why I started doing it later. But at first I used to be like, oh, I ain't see none of that. I'm like, I'm finna win. Once I start, it's a rap.
Yeah.
It was always a rap. I was like, fuck them other hoes. Okay, I'm gonna use your platform since y'all put it out there. That's gonna be my first song.
Gotcha.
Look, I was on Khia album. I'm DSD. This who I am. Fuck them other hoes. My verse come on, and that's when they went like crazy. Oh, that's her. Gotcha. Fuck them other hoes. And so once they started that with that fuck them other hoes, everybody chanting. They like, once I got them with that fuck them other hoes, my first opening song, it was a rap. I could do whatever I want after that.
Like, I was at them shows, like a lot of your shows, I was there. But I didn't know neither. Like, when I first met you, I didn't know neither. And then I see you perform, and I'm like, oh, the same way. Oh, that's our song? And that's how it was. Like, I don't even know how we met, but I remember being at your shows back then. And I just remember you performing these songs. And I remember when you first came out, like, you would come out with the microphone. You be on the stage. And they be kind of like looking around. They don't even be at the front of the stage yet. and then you come out with your music, then it's like they started moving up.
Mm-hmm.
And now the whole crowd, the girls are there shaking.
I'm like, dang, I did it again. I just I did it again.
And I still feel like it's crazy because like, even after you did all these shows, people still
they still don't know because it was so. It's so big, like it's everywhere. So, and I had radio play.
Yeah,
I had radio play, different stations. So many stations up north. People don't even know. They thought it was just here. No, I had radio play everywhere. Yeah. We were checking the sound scan, everything, and I'm like, oh man, I'm moving. Taz is moving, and for a show wise, like I was in Mississippi, I was like doing shows. I could have kept going further north, but it just me. I had stopped, but it was like big. It was real big, and it got so big to where. Okay, there go Trina now. Look back at me. That's how big it got. I've heard JT and them, they were saying that she liked the song. I don't know. I've never talked to Trina about it, but I heard that's why she redid it, or maybe she thought it was Khia. I don't know.
I'm gonna find out.
Yeah,
we gonna talk to Trina about this. I'm gonna find out.
Yeah. So after that, I was like, oh shoot, and I never had no people try to start. Oh, I remember good people from her label. Actually, I ain't putting no names out there.
Trina.
Yeah, on that slip and slide DJ, they was like, I'm just getting your heads up. Trina redoing your song, and I'm like, what? Trina? It made me excited, but then at the same time, I'm like, wait a minute, what's she doing? And is she gonna call me? I'm like, oh shit,
you never got that
from
call.
Miami too.
Yeah.
And never got that call. I'm like, people never call me.
You never met Trina?
No, for us talking to her, no. But I've done opening shows for her, and we was in Fort Myers. We was somewhere, and we opened up for her. Me and E-Love.
Even on that show, y'all didn't have no conversations. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a big fan of Trina. I feel like Trina's like the queen. That's my opinion. But honestly, I can say from being from Florida, I do think that your song inspired that song.
Yeah, that's what they said.
I feel that way because I feel like I don't know who gave it to Trina, how Trina got it, but I do feel like if we living in these times now, how people say she stole my song or whatever. I'm not gonna say she stole your song, but I'm gonna say she was influenced.
Before you keep talking, I can't leave this out too though. It's a story behind that. Okay. I'm thinking the whole time how we thinking right now. Then I get out of nowhere. I'm watching the video. That's when BET the videos come on, and I see Trick Daddy. Is it Jump on the Dick? I think that's what it's called. His song, the video, done, and hood, shut up, don't. What did he say? And look back at it, make it jump like a jabber. I said, dun. Taz your lying ass. Talking about you was in the club. Talking about look back at nigga. That's where you get that from. He bust out laughing. I said, Taz, are you serious? I'm riding off of this song for years, and I'm just finding out that you done took my shit. That you got it from him saying that, and you make a whole song out of it.
But your song. Came
I said in the hook. That? Yeah, people don't know. It came when the song came out.
I thought your song came out before that song. So
right when it came out, he did it right when it came out.
So it's hard to really say then.
I ain't gonna say that's where he get it from, but I'm like, he didn't deny it. When I said, Taz, is that where you heard that from?
So it's possible that Trina or that
I said maybe they trying to go back and maybe they tried to feud and go back and forth with each other from the label wise standpoint with Slip and Slide, because I heard that too, that they supposed to have some little thing going on back and forth, I guess, because I ended up doing a dummy track for Trina. She don't even a song called Spin, Deuce Poppy. I was working in the studio with Deuce Poppy. He used to work with he used to work with Trina. I don't talk about everybody's business, but anyway, he worked with Trina, and I was doing little stuff like that. So I thought maybe because somebody fell out and wasn't working with each other no more, that it had something behind that. Was that a story? I don't know to this day. I never talked to Trina. I don't know. I never talked to Trick. I don't know. So
you don't even know Trick?
No. I've done shows and seen them and stuff, but for us having a conversation, nope.
Well, you're not really the person that go out.
I don't go out and say, I don't. I ain't gonna lie, I don't.
You kind of,
yep.
You kind of spin your own lane.
That is the truth.
You don't get starstruck.
100% true.
Like nobody. You like I'm Tata. They them. I'm gonna let them be them. I'm gonna be me.
And I'm gonna be me. That's that. You 100% right. You said a mouthful in.
I was on the road with you before. And I see how your vibe is. Like you just like you don't really do that. And I'm gonna be honest. That's part of your problem.
Yeah, I know. I might get a picture with you just for promotion wise, but and other than that,
but I don't say nothing until
I know.
Because by you not being vocal about certain things, about not, you know what I'm saying, it kind of puts you in the back burner, kind of.
You know who got me messed up with that, and I'm not gonna lie, and that goes to see where I grew up. I was younger and I was with Taz, so like I said, I was loyal, so I listened to everything he said. just stay, let me do the talking. I didn't know he was kind of blocking stuff too. A lot of people used to tell me that, oh, Taz wouldn't let you, Tom G, I couldn't work with certain people because it was always I had to go through Taz. Gotcha. Come through me. Years later, I went off. Years later, I went off on him. I said, "Taz, you getting your pimp shit mixed up with this." Yeah. And I was like, "Wait a minute now, hold up." Yeah. But that's how I took it, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do what he says." He's the label. He run everything. He putting the money behind it, and I used to stay quiet. And I was still a little shadow. I ain't gonna say it's all him. But then I learned that I try now. I force myself to, but it ain't me, cause I done growed up doing that. So now it's like, okay, I gotta. But now I do though. I network. I know a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people, but I just don't.
But you're so quiet.
I don't. Yeah,
I know.
I can call them on here and call their phones and stuff.
I remember you was on the phone with Duval way back when. Mm-hmm. You was like,
Duval.
Man,
he used to. Oh man, he's so funny. Yeah,
on the phone with him all the time.
He used to. I used to know of him through Q45. What's his name? Out of Jacksonville. Q45. He was a DJ. Yeah. And DJ Styles. He put me with all of them when I used to run back and forth in Jacksonville because he was my DJ at the time.
I've been at shows with Jacksonville.
Yeah. I remember and that's how I knew of him because of
But you just
Styles.
knew all these people. I remember you knowing
and that too. I'm sorry to cut you off. With Plies, when I used to be on I
remember that too.
That's how I used to bump into Duval because he used to know Plies and stuff real good.
Okay. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. Whatever happened with you in the Plies situation? Because at one point, I thought maybe it was going to be like a record deal or something on the table.
It was. Talking business, we was talking business wise. I still got them emails.
So what
from Angie? They people, but no. I don't want to get fully into that because I don't. I would have to talk to them again to get every detail. But from what I've known when I was in the situation, well, I know me on my side of it. He wouldn't let me go. He trying to charge this outrageous price and he said that they wanted Lewis, my engineer, with the deal and didn't want to and what's his name, Big Gates, his brother was not gonna pay all that money. He was just doing some outrageous pricing. So who was handling business? Taz supposedly was supposed to be handling business, and Marcus, my management at the time, was supposed to be hooked it up through Gates while he was in jail. And I did talk to him. I thought he was lying, but Marcus had me talk to Gates in prison. Gotcha. And Gates was really interested. I was like, oh, wow. Okay. And his brother, his brother was telling me, Plies was telling me, he was like, yeah, my brother want to sign you. And I'm like, really? And I wanted to happen too at the time because I was like, oh, that's what's up. I finally, get some exposure. And some kind of way the deal didn't go through because Taz, I think it was some kind of, I don't want to say hating, but it kind of, I guess that is what you call it. It never went through. Like, he was always knocking and saying he want this and this and that and all that. So, and just so happened I was at a show and they thought I was acting funny. I was with Plasm on the road and I went to the Ozone Awards. He took me to down there. It was my birthday, matter of fact. And JT and all of them, they was supposed to been going, and we bumped into each other at the thing, and they was somehow hiding, speaking all the time. I'm like, nigga, I was calling you, blowing y'all up for my birthday, wanting to go down there, and just because I didn't, at the time, I had a deal on the table with Taz, another third deal, and I'm like, I feel like I got fucked already, and I went off on Taz. I was like, I ain't even seen my money, I ain't seen no play, I ain't seen different stuff, and I was going off, and I'm like, I'm not signing nothing else. He wanted me to sign to him, look back at it, and we got into it. So, no, I was not going to show up with you there. I ended up with somebody else. Just so happened God works in different ways and was like, they took me down there. Gotcha. So, when I bumped into them, that stopped it, I guess, too, because they was mad because I wasn't with the camp. And it was, I don't know what all would happen with that story. I don't know the exact details from talking to Taz. And I haven't talked to them again about why they didn't let me do the deal. Okay. Because we wasn't talking at the time. So... I got something to say about that now. Mm-hmm. So that was fast forward to where we at now. Mm-hmm. What's your situation with Taz now? Oh, I haven't talked to that man in some years.
So you out of that deal?
Yeah, I had to sit.
I had to sit. But you out of it now?
And I had a lawyer sending stuff to them, and he didn't respond, so I'm out of it. Okay. Mm-hmm.
We're going to leave it at that, man. Y'all got to catch this interview because we know it's a lot to talk about. Yes, you got so much history. And this, we could talk about this for hours, and we're going to do that, but we're going to chop it up for y'all so y'all can stay tuned. Make sure y'all check us out. Make sure y'all follow. Give me your handle.
My Instagram is Miss Tata Parker.
That's MS or Miss?
MISS.
Okay.
My Twitter that I'm not on. I got to get back into the internet
Y'all
thing.
can holler at Street Fame.
Yeah, holler at Street Fame. I keep it simple like that. But no, it's Tata Look Back, my Twitter. And I had a YouTube channel, Tata DSD, but I don't even be on. I definitely ain't got no hits on it. I don't even be on that uploading nothing. And what else out there? Oh, Facebook. I had a case going on with my lawyer, and they actually, I had to stay off the internet because of that case. And since then, Facebook, I'm mad. They won't let me back in there. They keep telling me I identify 10 friends, and I don't know nobody out of them over 5,000 friends at the time. So I can't. I just gave up, and I can't get back on my Facebook because I don't know how to.
And you know, we're gonna make an announcement right now for the people. We're gonna shoot a video for Look Back at It.
After all these
just like
years.
how you dropping K
Oh yeah, I heard she doing K1.
Tata about to be dropping Look Back at It, and we, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna do that. It's an anniversary, you know what I'm saying. So we're gonna drop that too because it's an anniversary for you as well. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in, and y'all know how we do it. We out, man.
All right.
Turn around and break it down and let them see what you got. Come on, look